Yeah.
Those are pretty awesome.
Oh, no. I would say, Dan,
if they had those, if that was part of the 5-year plan, if it was like 5 years and guaranteed they had the fucking burritos with the Fritos on them.
When they take away the Fritos, just get the red crispy strips.
It's not the same.
It's pretty good.
It's not the same.
The texture's good.
It's not the same.
Texture's good.
I also think, Dan, if I had your metabolism, I would probably eat Taco Bell every day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, Dan,
Yes.
you're not going to have that metabolism forever.
Oh, who knows?
That's why I work out all the time, because I want to eat just pure garbage all the time. So I go to the gym every morning.
Garbage
Garbage is a lot more
equation,
fun
man.
when you eat it sparingly.
This
though.
is a goddamn zero-sum equation.
What I have no idea what that means.
Don't worry about it.
I don't know. I mean, would you rather spend time preparing food?
That can be fun, too. I like that, too.
But like, I would get home at fucking
10
8:30,
o'clock.
9 o'clock, something like that, and it's like, what am I going to like blow an hour and a half preparing a meal for me? No.
Yeah, like go get 2 slices of bread, mayonnaise, and cheese, and you've got a nice sandwich.
Or on the way home, I could swing through the drive-thru and it's taken care of.
I actually make dinner on a semi-regular basis now, and you
nice.
can make food in like half an hour. It's not that hard.
Brad is
I kind of
groaning.
make my
I was
own soylent in the
horrible at it.
morning.
I never
I
got
throw
it down.
everything
Every
into a
time I tried making
blender.
food, it was just a nightmare every time.
I like it. It's fun making food.
Jeff, get a blender. Get a huge blender. Throw everything in there. Hit puree, and then you got a meal.
Yeah, if you just want the super simple Soylent stuff, just get a protein thing, put a banana in there, put some peanut butter in there. It's great.
Throw some Rockstar in, kind of liquefy it a little more.
I can go from zero
Right.
to have eaten breakfast in 15 minutes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that
So,
was on the
let's do
speedometer.
Yep.
Dan, you ever
Thunder
get just some
Rock.
like Ortega taco shell, some cheese?
I love your
I
voice
tried doing
too.
that once in college. My mom used to make tacos. at
Thunder
home. It
Rock.
was good.
All right.
Taco night's fun.
Yeah, it's just
Taco night is fun. Like there are things about food that are making fun, but but in terms of just like when I was like living alone, it was just like in terms of like how I want to spend my time and stuff like that. Like it just didn't rate. It was just like the options of like, am I going to spend all this time to make this food that's probably not going to be good, and it's not that much better for me because I'm just like fucking unfreezing something, or like I don't know, I got all this chicken from Costco and this tikka masala sauce from Costco. I'm going to mix it all together. Whoops, this is too much. Well, I guess I'm just going to eat it all anyway, and then fall asleep immediately.
That's still better for you.
Yeah,
Then
I'm
some
sure
stuff.
on
There's
some
some other
stuff.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. But here's a fun tip for tacos and burritos at home. I heard this on another podcast. It was a woodworking podcast. When you're having burritos, like if you're doing soft burritos or whatever, like not the hard ones, put a burrito shell on your plate before
I'm sorry.
you start eating.
A, what's a burrito shell? B, what's a hard burrito?
Like a hard taco.
Okay.
you said burrito.
Okay, and then a burrito, like a flour burrito.
Like double decker. It's a double decker.
yeah.
Yeah, and then while you're eating your meal, by the end of your fourth burrito, you can roll all the remains up on the plate
that's really
and
smart.
have a last burrito.
That's pretty good.
Here's why I don't do
last
the Ortega
burrito.
thing. I don't do the Ortegas because I don't really actually like the tacos that much,
standard
especially
stuff.
hard tacos. Because I don't think I've ever successfully eaten a taco. Because every time I try to, it just falls apart and it just becomes
Bring a
total
fork.
mess. That's yeah. You always get that.
Yeah.
But that's why I like double deckers and
we
cheesy
leave?
cheesy gordita crunches because it's got the soft thing that's
Yeah.
keeping everything in there.
How-
And hard ones just kind of fall apart. I don't know. I don't know if I've ever gotten a hard shell taco.
Have you never successfully eaten a taco?
A hard shell, like a soft shell one. I
falls apart.
never
Stuff falls
order
out.
tacos at Taco Bell. Never. I can't remember.
I
It
always
must have
do.
been 10
I
years
always
ago.
do.
I never do.
I get the combo that comes with
Come on,
burrito.
Taco
I tried the
Sometimes I
Dorito
get
one.
soft if I'm feeling fancy.
You should go. You should
But
go.
I don't know. I actually, it's been. Well, no, it was when we were at LA Podfest. That was the last time I ate at a Taco Bell, and that had been the first time I'd eaten one in months.
You should go to the Jack in the Box, get their hard tacos
Word.
because they like microwave them
Yep.
so the shells get super soft and they seal together.
Yep.
That sounds pretty good.
And then put them inside of a hamburger.
I can feel my blood pressure rising. We have to end this
right.
conversation.
Is it the sodium level in
immediately.
this food?
Yeah. It's
So you get these
sodium
stand
level in
stuffed
this
taco
conversation is
shells.
fucked.
You get some corn. You get some quinoa
Yeah.
and some cheese.
That sounds good.
And it's what is it? Beyond Meat. They have a crumble. It's actually not real meat, but in the context of all the other stuff you're putting in there,
Not so bad.
Well, I think it's fine on its own.
It's
whatever.
protein. It's fine.
Yeah, it doesn't taste bad like fake meat. It's, I mean,
Just don't call it meat. It's just call it what it is.
yes,
Yeah.
totally. I think that's the
the
thing
problem.
that I think people don't get about like meat substitute products is there are people going like there are people that have this need. You see people that like go vegan. And they're just like,
What
I need
pandas?
bacon, bro, fucking bacon. Let's talk about bacon on the internet some more bacon.
I mean, look, I love bacon and everything, but Jesus Christ, come on, man, get a grip.
No shit. And I think like the fake stuff actually tastes pretty good too.
It does.
Like I'm not going to sit here and go like it tastes just like the real thing. It doesn't.
Doesn't have to.
But it doesn't have to. Yeah.
There's an
That's
vegetarian
dumb.
Chinese place in
Bacon
Berkeley
base.
that I go to occasionally, and it's just it just tastes like Chinese food. It's delicious.
Like I saw you and Patrick when you were completed that last Mario Maker level,
Yeah.
and there were, like he was like, "I'm going to make you eat tofu."
Oh,
And I
yeah.
was sitting there just going like, "Tofu's pretty good. It's fine.
I would do that.
Yeah, like there's no stakes in that for you,
Right.
Because there ain't no problem with tofu.
Tofu slathered in mayonnaise.
What? Okay,
well,
now I'm
Even
out.
I'm kind of
out.
into that.
I will go to bat for quinoa though. Quinoa is fantastic.
Yeah.
I love quinoa. There's a lot of stuff you can do with that.
Farro's really good too. It's a it's
Never
a
heard of
similar
that.
kind of
Fucking Dan, always standing
How-
for quinoa.
Quinoa's great. I eat a lot of quinoa. I love it.
Okay,
Okay.
quinoa, it's fine. All right,
Never
Brad.
again. Never again.
Have you learned your lesson? Never bring up food again.
Yep.
All right.
You could eat nothing
No.
but Taco Bell
That
for
email
5
just
years straight.
stayed
Yeah.
buried.
You could do
If
a
you
lot
were
of
so
things.
lucky.
You could do a lot of things.
I think
You could, yes, you could do a lot of things. The human body is resilient in a frightening way.
Dan, describe to me
Nightmarish.
where,
not out. We're
where
not
you're
out.
waking up 5 years ago today. You just woke up. Where are you?
Minneapolis, downtown. That was 5 years ago today would be
Yeah.
2010. No, near Dinkytown, Minneapolis, 4th
Okay.
Street.
Now
yeah.
imagine from then until now, you have eaten nothing but Taco Bell.
Yeah, okay.
Wow. Okay.
What did you think he was going to say?
I thought you'd be like, wow, that's a really long time to really think about 5 years.
Well, okay, what percentage of meals between then and now would you say were already Taco Bell?
We're counting breakfast and everything?
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm being realistic with this estimate here, in 5 years, the percent, it's no higher than 5 or 10%.
Oh, okay.
Okay, all right.
That's still pretty.
I was.
I'd
I
say
was
it's maybe
guessing-
7 or 8. Maybe 7 or 8.
I was guessing 15, so that's all right.
Lately, I have it maybe 2 or 3 times a week.
All right.
Yeah. It was more back in the day, but
Do you have like a punch card or something?
no, they don't do that.
Really?
No.
Yeah, there's literally no reward for this other than
The food is its own reward. It's like
Yeah.
Nintendo and achievements.
Would you work at a Taco Bell as a food tester
Yeah.
if the pay were good?
Why'd you add that second clause? That's
Well, because like you mean,
I don't think you would care.
If you can't support yourself, that's just tough, right? So,
Wait,
like,
support
would
yourself
you
by
eat for
eating
fun,
Taco
yeah.
Bell
Would
every
you?
day.
Yeah.
Would Jeff? Would you?
I am keenly interested in trying out new things that
So many
appear at fast
pandas.
food restaurants and like new energy drink. Like I am fascinated
Thunder,
by
Thunder Rock, all right.
fucking low level food science in this mass produced format.
The level of ingenuity in that industry is
Sure.
staggering.
Yeah,
But don't forget-
like day one, I went and tried an Arch Deluxe.
But don't forget-
even though it had a bunch of stuff on it that I didn't want. I was like, well, I want the baseline Arch Deluxe to see what this thing's all about. Even though it's got a bunch of shit on it, I don't normally put on a burger.
But you're tasting all the rejects too, right? Everything that was like no.
I would love to know. I would love to know.
Okay.
Here's something I just remembered. You brought up the Arch Deluxe. 1 year ago, or no, 2 years ago, I had my first Big Mac.
Oh yeah.
Really?
I had never tried it.
There's a sauce on there. I feel like
They're
you
gross.
hate.
It's gross.
Yeah.
I don't like the Big Mac at all.
I didn't
think
either.
it's disgusting.
It was the sauce that scared me off it.
Yeah, that
but
yellow sauce.
Well, you know
whatever that
why?
is.
Yeah, why?
Because that sauce is mostly mayonnaise.
Yeah.
it's not called mayonnaise, so I haven't tried mayonnaise.
It's got some other shit in it, but it's. I mean,
Okay, well, I didn't really like it that much, but it seems like that's the staple of the McDonald's.
It's like
thing.
mayo and Thousand Island dressing
Yeah,
and I don't know, fucking carcinogens like all mixed together.
Well, I mean, if you want to
Pounder's
break
way to
down
go.
to carcinogens in food, it's in all of it.
yeah, I know.
They cook the meat.
And how did that come up? Because I remember that being a big day in the office that you had
I think
a Big Mac.
Do you?
I think Reiner.
Do you remember that?
Reiner
I
found
do.
out. Yeah, Reiner found out that I had never had a Big Mac, and so he offered to buy me a Big Mac.
And
if I
you like
ate
free
one.
food.
And I was getting way more open-minded with food, so we had like an office trip to McDonald's.
He
I
said
love
that
the
with a
idea of
completely
the
straight
middle
face.
bun. Like it's such a cool idea.
Yeah.
But
That's cool.
I think Big Macs are gross.
Wait, what do they do with the top? Because it's the bottom part of the bun, right? In the middle?
There's 3 bun parts.
No, it's like special.
They have a
made.
special middle.
Yeah.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
No.
It's like a double bottom.
Are they making that McWhopper? Did you see the
What?
Did you see this?
Wait, is this like
Yeah,
Street Fighter
I
Cross
did-
Tekken?
Yeah, Burger
I
King.
think they backed off. I think
Oh,
they were
did
like,
they?
no, we're not going to collab with you, dirtbags.
Burger King reached out to McDonald's and was like, "Listen, like we make the Whopper, you guys make the Big Mac. Let's get together. Let's make some like pop up one day only shit.
Well, you know what this
It's a
is going to
Whopper
lead
with the
to.
middle
I think
bun.
McDonald's was like, look, stock's down, but like it's apparently not down anymore. So
But if
Fuck off.
if Burger King's looking for collaboration, this can only lead to the official endorsement of the Whopper burrito.
the Whopper burrito. I mean,
Yeah.
that's where this ends. Is they
Yeah.
can do if they can get a Taco Bell interested, then you go get that. I forget what kind of burrito it was, but yeah, you would
I think
roll
it
up
was-
a Whopper inside of a burrito.
I think it was just a bean burrito.
I want to say it was a 7-layer.
Oh man, that's a lot of stuff to go in with the Whopper too.
But I think you would get a 7-layer with an extra tortilla on it because you're going to need that extra tortilla. And you open that thing up, you stuff a fucking Whopper in there. You get a Whopper heavy all, which I would. So between not liking a 7-layer and not liking most of the things they put on a Whopper, that was not the kind I got.
No.
But the original was, I believe, that was how you did it, and you rolled it back up in there, and then hated yourself. I don't know where it went from there. But,
Science.
Yeah. Yeah. So we had Mary Kish on the podcast recently, and she had some things to say about Cincinnati.
Oh, more city beef, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess so.
Well, she doesn't like that city's beef.
Yeah, she was there and said that the chili was a...
Oh, no. She insulted their chili?
Oh, she went pretty hard at it.
Yeah, about the Skyline chili.
Oh, Mary.
She didn't talk about Gold Star. She also had some things to say about a pizza place called El Rosa's that I'm led to believe is bad.
All right.
James, formerly of Michigan, writes in and says, "Whoa, I heard Aaron from Ohio calling Ohio a better-than-average state, followed by throwing Michigan under the proverbial bus as a great place to give up on life. This is wrong on so many levels. Michigan brought you almost every brand of cereal you've ever eaten, M&M, and Big Sean. It is the Motor City. The multi-champion Red Wings, Motown. Detroit is literally minutes from Canada, and let's be honest, Canada is awesome. It has not one, not two, but 5 Great Lakes. Ohio brings no culture, no class, no future. The best cuisine they offer is fried pickles from their endless number of county fairs. They are nothing more than a desolate farmland. The only positive to Ohio is that it's slightly better than Indiana. If anyone in Michigan gives up on life, it's only because they've driven through Ohio, a state where every resident already has. You've been tricked into giving anyone from Ohio a voice. Everyone from this side of the Rockies knows better." All right. Thank you, James.
I don't trust James because he named everything in Michigan except Bob Seger.
That's a super good point.
Yeah. The best thing
Bob
for Michigan.
Seger.
Well, he says formerly of Michigan, so maybe he's kind of,
Okay.
All right, well, we won't have Aaron on again.
Yeah.
Tim from Arizona writes in, "To say Cincinnati is a shithole compared to Columbus is laughable. Someone obviously took a random pill from Street Overlord to make a bold statement like that. When someone says my hometown is a shithole, it gets under my skin, especially from someone who only spent 2 years there and probably hasn't been back in a decade or two. Mary, I am in the military and have eaten food all around the world, including plenty of different states. Each place or state has a local specialty food that competes with other brand names in the local area. Skyline and Gold Star Chili are local businesses and local favorites. If you don't like it, don't eat it then. This kind of statement you made is why me and my friends are subscribers to Giant Bomb and not GameSpot. And this is why I put this email in. P.S. Columbus is the only place I've ever found a bloody knife just laying in the street." That makes Columbus sound pretty cool.
Kind of, yeah. Man, I don't want to get in on any beefs here.
Jordan in Pennsylvania writes and says, "We are all looking forward to our VR future in 2016. I was wondering if the Oculus could ship right out of the gate sort of business. They've got some time." Eric from Cincinnati writes in, "Everything said about Cincinnati on the last episode is absolutely true. I'm 30 years old and have lived here my entire life. Cincinnati is an outright shithole.
Okay.
The chili is garbage, but we still seem to find a way to fight about whose terrible chili is not as bad between Gold Star and Skyline. Our sports teams are the worst in actual play, ran by clueless owners and managed by inexperienced managers. La Rosa's Pizza tastes like what I would assume the inside of a gopher's ass would taste like. The streets are filled with trash, old racism, and outright rudeness for your fellow man for no apparent reason.
Awesome.
People in Cincinnati will go out of their way to make someone else feel awful or put someone down for no reason except to do so. Also, I worked in retail for 12 years.
That'll do it.
Mark Twain has coined the saying, when the world comes to an end, I want to be in Cincinnati. It is always 10 years behind the times. No truer words have been said in the history of the world. Any new idea that comes across a government body is typically shot down immediately under the assumption of, we didn't need it before, why do we need it now? I hate this city. I wish I could leave. Unfortunately, my wife refuses to move away from her family, so I've decided to dive headfirst into the insane asylum of mental patients known as Buckeyes. But realistically, it's not just Cincinnati. Dayton, Akron, Columbus, Cleveland, the entire state of Ohio has nothing to contribute to society except to increase the overall obese rate and ignorance for the greater good of the United States. That's all I have to say about that. Thanks, Eric.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Ohio, for contributing to our great nation.
Dawn from Orlando writes in and
They
says...
make pretty good emails.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Dawn from Orlando writes in and says, near the stem or top of the orange...
The entire game.
Oh,
Incredible Crisis on PS1.
Okay.
yeah. Keith writes in, dude, I just returned from a work trip to Pittsburgh and realized I must write in that it's imperative this message get out. After traveling to 12 other cities this year for work, I came to realize one thing. Fuck Pittsburgh. That is all. All right. Okay.
I've traveled around a lot. I don't think I've been to Pittsburgh.
I've never been to Pennsylvania, period.
Yeah.
I want to go to Philly.
Okay.
I was near Philly.
Yeah?
It's pretty close to, like, New Jersey is kind of...
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
I was
going to
going- I was
Jersey
going to-
next year. Maybe I can stop by.
I went to Atlantic City.
What's going on there?
You should go to Hershey.
Hershey, Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
Smells real good.
You just want to run up the steps, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I always get,
The statue.
like, whenever I hear the words Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, or Pittsburgh, I have to think really hard about what we're talking about. Because all those three words
Yeah.
run together to me.
Yeah.
Yep.
If I had to choose between running up the steps or throwing a helmet at the statue, I would pick throwing a helmet at the statue. I like that
Run
scene.
up the steps.
I would do both, but that scene in Rocky 3
Okay, yeah.
where he pulls his motorcycle up and throws the helmet
But
at his
he's
own
like all
statue.
alone and say,
I think it's cool. I just want to learn how to ride a motorcycle and do that.
Okay.
Sounds cool. That statue's actually there, right? Just not at the top of the steps.
I think that's the case. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Did they ever make that RoboCop statue in Detroit?
I don't know.
That was the first Kickstarter I ever heard of.
Yeah.
Remember hearing about.
Yeah, I don't know.
People in Detroit, let us know
Yeah.
if you got your RoboCop statue.
Well, let's take this next email from Pat in Detroit. I've noticed a certain amount of Detroit hate from you guys and other West Coast podcasters. While this is certainly understandable and until recently deserved, I thought I'd clear some things up. Detroit has been going through something of a renaissance over the last few years and is now a great town to live in or visit. Sure, there are some bad neighborhoods, but they're a long hike from the nightlife. We've got a huge range of bars, restaurants, shops, and other things to do, and the people here are friendly and excited. Everyone here wants to show the world that we're back and not a shithole anymore. Go Tigers/Wings. Let's not talk about the Lions.
So we're back. He's obviously lived there his entire life,
he's
I'm
in Detroit,
guessing.
I guess.
So
Yeah,
that's all that he
says
knows.
Detroit is back.
We're back. A Detroit story.
Yeah. But there's more. Okay. P.S. With that said, fuck Cleveland.
Okay.
I had good ramen there once. Otherwise, that place is a burning wreck.
Weird.
Okay.
I got driven to the Detroit airport once, and the one thing I remember about the surrounding area
Were you
was
in the trunk?
no.
Okay.
On the side of the highway was just this old barn that looked like it was falling apart and had giant letters, like 15-foot letters, saying, "Save us, Kid Rock." And I don't know if that was like their farm was going out of business and Jesus Kid Rock goes around Detroit and saves farms or something. But I really liked that barn.
It's a pretty cool barn.
Wow.
Good message, too.
Yeah.
He gives back a lot.
Yeah. I like Kid Rock.
Kid Rock.
人類
It's a good guy.
定量
No.
Talented individual.
家賃
He's a show. That man's a
解
showman.
散
Yeah, he can sing.
He is a
He
showman.
can
I mean-
rap. I've seen him play drums a couple
He
times.
wears furry coats sometimes and jumps around in front of a flag. Mm-hmm. That's all right.
His showmanship feels borrowed to me. It doesn't feel like his own showmanship. It feels like he's just kind of doing what the rock guys did before. It doesn't feel
I don't-
genuine.
You think it's like him aping like 70s style? or
Totally,
something?
yeah.
No, he does
I
way
think
more
it's-
jumping.
I will say
It's a
that
different
he's-
type of jump
you know,
than like David Lee Roth.
It's not a David Lee Roth jump, but
No.
he's not
Country.
doing frings off of amps or anything like that necessarily. But
No.
you know, he's
And I actually have not seen much live footage of Kid Rock. I think I'm just basing it off like the Ba Wada Ba video or something.
sure.
But
Yeah, that's
he seemed like he had his own thing going on.
I don't know, man. It's
Those
just,
coats were fuzzy, and he had hats.
yeah, like
I'm not going to argue that.
he's like it's like he feels like he's trying to do the dynamic frontman thing while dressing up like a low rent pimp.
But that's his own thing then. Who else has done that?
No, but I feel like the mannerisms don't feel like they're his.
he's not like, he's no Freddie Mercury or anything.
No, he's not.
But he sells his material, I think.
Oh, yes. Okay, yes.
I think his demeanor
absolutely.
and his look and his stage presence fits cowboy, for instance.
Sure.
Okay.
Yep.
So he's appropriately doing his job.
I've got no beef with Kid Rock.
I don't either.
He does what he does.
I'd like to have some beers with that guy.
Yeah.
No, he's authentic.
Yeah,
For sure.
it's indisputable.
Censored the bees.
Yes.
To my room, fifth floor. Get off the elevator and am just immediately slammed in the face with the overwhelming smell of pot. Just marijuana smell. I'm like, it might as well be someone blowing it directly into my face. Like that's how strong it is. Like it's right there. It's not like you could smell kind of like the weird perfumey smell of the hotel intermingled with. It's like, no, this is the only smell
It's coming
here.
through the AC.
Right. Like
Someone is hotboxing the 5th floor of this hotel.
Like it has to have been like, you walk out of the elevator lobby into like the floor, and there's the hallway goes left and right from there, and there's like maybe like 5 or 6 rooms kind of like right in that basic area. Like it had to have been one of those rooms because it was just right there in your face.
No towel under the door.
Yeah,
no fabric softener.
Someone didn't know to like put the towel under the door and crack the window. It's like just amateur hour. Or they just didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
It's worth noting this is not the first time that I've experienced this at that high during California.
Well, last year it was definitely.
Last year had the same thing of like when we first walked in and to get our rooms, it was like, oh hey, California Extreme's happening.
Smoke 'em if you got 'em.
Smoke 'em if you got 'em, bro.
Yeah.
Definitely the mentality amongst certain convention goers. Anyway, I get back to my room and I thought, hey, I'll tweet about this just to give some folks a little sense of the flavor here at California Extreme, and just say, hey, 5th floor of the Hyatt Regency in Santa Clara stinks like marijuana. Good job, keep good looking out, California Extreme. And then I believe at that point I do nap, and then I wake back up and look at my phone and realize that I have been replied to by. I also want to just pull out my phone so I can just verify the exact verbiage here.
So this is the magic of the internet and Twitter and not realizing the consequences of just saying things and people having alerts set up for certain keywords.
It's like I wrote to Apple. At one point I said, oh, I'm here at the Applebee's. It's either this or suicide. And like the Applebee's account wrote back to me.
Like, what?
I was like, no, what's wrong? I was just talking shit about Applebee's. And that was not the exact message I said. I was like, generally talking shit about Applebee's. And he was like, what's wrong with that? Like, totally oblivious to me. Just go like, I want to kill myself instead of eat your food. But you're open late.
It's the only out here. This might take too long to find. Oh, here it is. All right. From the account at Hyatt Concierge. At Tazwell, that is horrible. I wanted to let you know I have contacted the MOD and they are sending security up to the 5th floor.
You busted some dude.
I fucking snitched out some people. Oh my god!
Snitches get stitches, motherfucker.
I totally narked out some poor harmless pot smokers. Like not the outcome that I would have wanted at any point.
But it's great because you said like the 5th floor. You gave them the most.
I gave them everything.
What is the MOD?
The manager on duty.
Oh, okay. What are they going to do?
Hey, you know what? I hope nothing happened.
Yeah.
I hope that no one got ejected or, at worst, a stern talking to.
I mean, you can't really. What is he going to sniff it out and find? the room?
You can't pinpoint the room, and then they don't have to answer the door.
Right.
Yeah.
They're probably fine.
Still,
and they were probably not even there at that point.
Whatever, fucking narc.
But still, I effectively narked out.
Narc.
Fucking
don't tell me anything ever.
Narc.
Because that's what's going to happen.
or at least with no identifying markers.
Hey, Vinny, do you want to do some cocaine later? Don't tell the narc.
Narc. Narc. I just kind of want to do that for start tweeting random shit.
I know, yeah, that was the other thought that I had is just start saying,
man, I'm at the Sheridan and there's fucking white powder all over the floor here. This is third floor. It's kind of fucked up.
I don't know why this naked guy is taking a dump in the middle of the third floor of this Hyatt in Boston, but I'm not very cool with that.
Third floor of the Nakatomi Plaza. There's bullets everywhere. Just fucked up Twinkie wrappers and shit.
Hey, is there a live raccoon in the lobby of your Holiday Inn?
On the 7th floor room.
That seems kind of weird. Yeah, that's the fun part is when you just start fucking with others. Right. Like, I'm on the 4th floor, but I have friends that are up on the 7th floor.
There's just blood oozing out of 712 at the Marriott here on Geary and 7. I'm not really sure what that's about. I'm hungry.
That's right. Couch it in.
Yeah.
Oh, this is just an innocuous whatever tweet. Trolling out there.
Great dinner tonight, but then I got back to discover that the hotel room next to mine is on fire.
There's a trail of toes leading into the supply cabinet. That's
Thanks,
weird.
Crown Regency.
Anybody want lunch?
So yes, that was my unfortunate accidental
discovery. I'd call it really.
Yeah. So just know Just know that there are brands watching your every goddamn move on Twitter.
Yeah, that social media is really scary.
Yeah.
Did you reply to it?
It's just like, I mean,
no.
You know, so just Hyatt's out there doing that. Jamie Kennedy's out there doing that. Like it's
dangerous precedent.
Yeah, there was no hashtagging or like adding. Like it wasn't like, hey, I'm trying to get Hyatt's attention over here.
Or it wasn't like at the Hyatt.
No. It was just I just typed in Hyatt Regency in Santa Clara, 5th floor. Bring guns.
You know, real nondescript shit.
You think they even looked up?
I definitely unknowingly, unwittingly gave them overly specific information. In retrospect,
well, you know what?
In retrospect, that's on me. That's on me.
True. I'll say the silver lining.
I'm glad you owned up to that.
Yeah. You know what? I'll take that.
At least they're looking out, though. They're trying to give you the best hotel experience. If that bothered you.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And you know, if you
for any means
they
necessary.
can't, the Hyatt can't parse out like sarcasm or irony from fucking Twitter. They just have to take all of that.
They're a hotel chain. That's not human.
Exactly.
Must destroy weed smokers.
Johnny, it's not Johnny Hyatt out there. Looking at the account.
Did anyone check into any rooms under the name Bud Smoka 420 Arcade Kings? If so, that's if he's on the 5th floor, find him.
Just watch it.
Billy Mitchell.
Out for that other Twitter account that says, just smoked out the 7th floor. Oh, no.
Just put 2 and 2 together. Find these guys.
Man, I'm just going to start. My room's real small here at the whatever inn. Man. And my cat farted.
It is, Jeff, you identified it, and correctly so, as the creepy, weird, scary part of social media is the, like, improving your customer service by just publicly bitching about stuff on Twitter.
Yeah, I don't like doing it.
Yeah.
I did it.
Did it work?
A couple weeks ago, yeah.
For what?
I had ordered, like, the Beastie Boys album online and never got any kind of email, anything about whether the order had been processed, and it like got charged by PayPal, but never. They were supposed to immediately send a download code that I never got, and all this stuff. So I waited like 3 weeks.
Rock.
I waited like a week, and then wrote in and said like, you know, there's an email address on the PayPal receipt that said where to write to. So I wrote to that address.
I wish
didn't hear back. This is a company. It's like a fulfillment company that you know.
It's kind of terrifying, but an investment nonetheless.
And then waited another couple weeks, and then wrote on Twitter, I might have to stop payment, dispute this PayPal charge to company name, because they won't respond to my emails about this stuff. And like 5 minutes later, someone goes, send an email to this address.
Thunder Rock. Right.
Oh, wow.
And so I wrote to that guy, and then he just kind of wrote back like, that's not our customer service address. You should have filled out this form. And I said, well, the receipt I got from PayPal has this address on it, and then I received a ticket number in response. So if that's not the right address, you were doing a very good job at making it look like it is the right channel for that. And it got taken care of like within like 2 hours after that. And it's just...
Check my cloud score, motherfucker.
Yeah. At some point, I feel like it's just like I'm using whatever follower number I have to bully companies around, and I hate that feeling. But
you got your download code.
But I got my download code. But as I was writing it, I almost didn't send it. Like, I wrote it out, just going like, "Oh, here's what I'm doing right now: eating a sandwich, trying to think if I want to stop
Frustrated by
this
stuff."
Yeah, frustrated. Yes. Like the Twitter message should just say, like, "What's frustrating you right now?" Like, that's what it's really for. Right?
Yeah, we should just all make a Twitter account that's like, bitching at shit that we all just share and everybody follows, and it's like, I'm just gonna write a tweet that says like, Comcast fucking sucks. They're charging me way too much.
I don't think they respond anymore because that's what everyone says on Twitter. Is just nonstop. Fuck Comcast. Those guys are assholes.
How about Xfinity?
Same thing.
Oh.
Yeah. But
how about AT&T?
But I was also writing about how I'm probably going to switch to Comcast pretty soon.
Did they get to you?
Because my current ISP just doesn't have enough speed, and it's like a great local ISP. Like, they're awesome, but they don't have the speed. And like the CEO of that ISP responded and said, "Yeah, you got to go where the bandwidth is. I totally understand. No hard feelings."
Aww.
And I was like, "Yeah." Are you expanding soon? He said, not in your area immediately. So, but right. I will go back to them as soon as they offer a high speed service in my area. They just don't have it right now. It's funny because this will be the second time I've left this ISP. The first time was because they didn't have dial up numbers in my town, and I was spending like $150 a month calling into their dial up. That was a long time ago. Yeah. Dial up
modems.
So the internet's weird.
Laser discs.
Pepsi has an account, and they write things trying to get you to engage with their brand.
I just wonder who follows those accounts. Like, I sort of get why they respond to people when they have keyword searches set up,
right?
But who is following Pepsi?
Yeah, and they're posting stuff like they're trying to engage people. Like, "Hey, it's summertime. What are you doing to beat the heat?" Like, who the fuck's going "Well, Pepsi, I'm trying to stay cool with an ice cold Pepsi.
Hashtag Pepsi.
Yeah.
Fuck you, RC Cola rules.
From the RC Cola account.
That's right. Not drinking Pepsi. It's like some sort of piece of shit. That's what I'm doing.
What are you talking about? RC Cola doesn't own computers.
The Coca-Cola Twitter account has 3 times as many followers as Pepsi.
That's right.
That's how far down this I went a couple of weeks ago. Just sitting there staring at this going,
man,
what the fuck?
That's a bummer.
When companies sign, when they post things on Twitter and then sign it with the person's initials who's responding, it'll say a caret symbol, say KK.
Who's that?
I don't know. Sometimes
it's KK.
Sometimes they'll list who it is on some other page somewhere that you're supposed to go care about. And I was like, what?
I kind of feel like I wish I could go to those pages, anyone that's following Pepsi or Coke, and just mass block all of them from ever following me. Just eliminate you from the pool of people.
This is an either-or proposition here, people. Either you are following Hamburger Helper on Twitter, or you're following me. That's it.
I might follow Hamburger.
Yeah, I would want to know who's following.
That's the problem. You can't parse it out. Who's following Coca-Cola ironically.
Right. Neil Hamburger. That's who.
Yeah, Neil Hamburger is sitting there following all of the brands and then taking a shit on them every time.
Axe body spray, asshole.
It's a pretty accurate.
You motherfucker.
Spot on Neil Hamburger impression, both in content and tone.
Now, you'll probably notice right away this is not an official Game Boy game. But, well, you'll see. Don't ask why I thought it would be a good idea to buy this thing. I think I got this from Australia. Yeah, I got this multi-cart, Pokemon Silver and Pokemon Gold on it. And I think I got this from Australia. Pokemon. Yeah, I got this parts incoherent. Oh, it hided too. Alright. Zuba. admit my defeat. Tried to play it, so, Making ball. The today. What day is the today? Today is... What is your go-to combination to catch things? You are Wakaba Town. Yujing's Lab. There is another English translation, and I don't think there's a ROM of it anywhere. Can't read. You are a trainer. Yes. There's Pokemon. Go Wanny. Hi, Tim. Be badly translated, it just is. Oh, it hided too. Alright. This, because I... Bootleg Pokemon Gold. English. Got the old Game Boy player hooked up. Translations are probably... They're hard to explain. In a word, bad. But, you know, haven't really seen how bad. I've only really played for that now. It's an entirely new one. Translation-wise, probably closer to green. But it eventually breaks down. So it's kind of like the crystal and kind of like green and all parts incoherent. Yeah, I got this multi-cart with Pokemon Silver and Pokemon Gold on it. And I think I got this from Australia. That works. There we go. Oh, you're right. Scroll over it. Yes, sorry. You'll see. Yes, sorry. Hello. When I asked why I thought it would be a good idea to buy this... Australia. You'll ever saw Murph sit back in it. And I look, Namigo, Namigo, sit back guy. Yeah, I got this multi-cart. Wait. Sit back guy. Yeah, I got this multi-cart. Yeah, I got this multi-cart. With Pokemon. Good idea to buy this thing, but, me. Not a surprise. Now spreading. Continue ants. If you S, you will win.
Thank you. Yeah.
Be careful.
So just know that it can go the great way that it went for Jeff, that you can get your customer service needs met and you'll feel dirty about it, but at least you got your customer service needs met.
Yeah.
Or it goes my way and you
fucking eat cheese.
Did not mean for those to be your customer service needs, but they got met anyway.
And like the thing I did, the Applebee's thing, I felt kind of bad about it because it just meant someone was sitting there like looking at that going, what can I write back to try and like salvage this potentially disastrous situation?
Because this is my fucking job, is sitting here and monitoring this Twitter feed.
It's my job, and I can't decide if this guy who is, writing about killing himself in the same breath as Applebee's is kidding or not.
So like, how do I ride that fence?
I got really, and actually got worried in that situation because I'm just like, man, it wouldn't take much to figure out that I live where I live,
right?
And like work backwards, and like like a manager might appear alongside me and say, I understand you're having like a like, no, fucking get away from me.
It's fine. I'm a piece of shit.
Call a hotline.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just.
Give me some chicken fingers.
You know what you say on the internet.
Actually, you know what? That's the thing. This is,
the man is listening.
This is all really good because you know what this is? This is real world consequences for your internet bullshit.
Yep.
And honestly, we could all use a little bit of that.
Well, like, do you guys get those automated messages, like you type about your iPad or something?
Yeah.
And something
Oh, there's the spam box.
Yeah, like that's I feel like it's kind of nice when you get a real person who is like just not trying to like spam you with stuff for typing something. So at least I feel like you get all the bullshit, and then you get a real thing that'll happen.
I feel worse because then I feel like I'm wasting a person's time.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like every time I've gotten like one or two of those where it's just kind of like the weird thing. Like it never happens when I'm trying to do it. It always happens when I'm not trying to do it. But usually it's for the, I don't know. Usually I feel good about it because it is something. It's never been like I'm going to kill myself and go to Applebee's. It's always like
you're going to kill yourself and then go to Applebee's.
Yeah. First and then
Well, once you kill yourself, you're in hell. So what else are there to do but go to the fucking Applebee's? Eat shit food.
But
those usually, guys have some provolone stuffed meatballs that are really.
It's usually because it's like, is anybody having trouble with this router? Blah blah blah. And then sometimes I'll get. I think the one I got was like, yeah, email me. I'm like Linksys or whatever. I was like, yeah, dude, I can't get this to work.
I am Linksys.
I have a Twitter account. Do you follow Pepsi?
I have become sentient. I'm actually just a router sitting in someone's house.
I'm drinking an ice cold at Coca-Cola. Also, it's at Coca-Cola. They don't have Coke, which sucks for them, I bet.
You don't want to know who's got. You don't want to follow at Coke.
Yeah, I do.
That's bad news.
It's hip hop sensation. Juan Cocaine.
That's when you want to just start. Yeah, that's the account you want to troll for free products.
You think RC Cola really has an account? They got to, right?
Greer Beverages. They can set you up.
Lucian Greer himself manning that account.
I'm Lucian Greer. Looky here. If you're going to talk mess about my beverages, then just don't eat at that dim sum restaurant anymore.
Kind of want to.
Oh, but I like that dim sum restaurant.
Then go fuck yourself and get a Greer beverage.
Okay. Fish out a reply from RC Cola. Be like, man, nobody drinks enough at RC Cola these days. Thank you so much.
Where can I find? Hey, I'm in this area. Do you guys know a store where I can find an ice cold at RC Cola?
It's the only thing that'll quench my really thirsty, sandy throat right now.
Thirst.
Summer
thirst.
Yeah, man.
Now spreading. Continue and.
I am, and I'm afraid Royal Crown may not.
Crown Royale.
Well,
Crown.
If you want to talk to Crown Royal,
present is.
I talk to Crown Royal all the time.
Goldschlager.
There's two of you bottles here
at Jägermeister. Go fuck yourself.
I'm gonna start collecting marbles because these bags are so nice, Crown Royal.
Or if you have, keep on my 20 sided. I don't even have played D&D, but
hey, I just want to. Just got some nuts and bolts or something. Keep it in this bag. This is a nice bag. I'm gonna keep it. Can I attach this pouch to like my belt?
Keeping all my weed gear in this sweet at Crown Royal bag here on the 5th floor at the Hyatt Regency in Santa Clara.
I'm a cut person. I keep my smoke bombs in this Crown Royal bag.
Or if you want to talk to the Royal Crown Escorts service, they're on Twitter.
What?
But.
So, RC Cola or Crown Royal?
It looks like I have hepatitis from Crown Royal.
So you're saying I can register it right now? I better do it before this podcast.
No, I'm sure it's taken. It just may not be a
active
corporate account.
Oh wait, no. Yeah, Royal Crown Cola is totally on Twitter.
Great.
So there you go.
Ringing endorsement.
Sure could go for some Faygo.
I'm not going to look up Faygo. Fuck you for that.
Anyway, what were we talking about? California Extreme.
California Extreme. I played some Baby Pac-Man. It's a half video game, half pinball.
That game's amazing.
Found that tea. You will happy, and he played.
And then I came. So then I crashed at a friend's house in the city. Got up in the morning, feeling awful. Nice and just good proper old man hangover. Where you feeling like your calves, and you're like, oh, why do my legs hurt? It's not like I was running or anything last night.
Or were you?
It's just all of these. No, because I can plot the evening. So no danger of that. But I get a text from my friend saying, hey, we're going to go to the world's greatest omelet place. I said, I would love to go to the world's greatest omelet place with you, but I'm too hungover. This is my friend who is a paramedic.
Oh, right.
And so I said, do you think they would let you run an IV on me at the Omelet Express? And he said, no, but I've got the stuff here, so if you want to come to my house, we can do that here. I'm like, that sounds great. I will be there directly.
I thought that doesn't work the day. I thought you had to do it the night before.
What, the IV?
Yeah, the flush. No, that works.
Absolutely. I mean, it's not a flush. It's just
saturating.
It's just getting all of the fluids back into you, because the worst part about being hungover is the dehydration. So this just rehydrates you.
It's a saline bag or something, right?
Well, this he actually had. He had a saline bag that had like potassium and like electrolytes. Yeah, a bunch of like it was actually way better than just pure salines. Although it turns out I would be
just pouring Picari sweat into bags, and
it turns out I would be a terrible junkie because my friend could not find my veins on either of my arms, which is why I now have sweet junkie arms going on here.
Yikes.
Which this
is a clear sign that
something went wrong.
Something is up in your life that you got to take care of.
You're spending too much time in the gas station bathrooms.
Yeah. So I was brutally rebuffed for trying to do an end around on my hangover.
Did you never get it in?
No, he ran out of needles. He tried to do one arm and couldn't find it, and then tried to do the other and couldn't find it, and didn't have any more needles.
Was he at home?
Yeah.
Did he have like the orange wastebasket or something for the needles?
I mean, he has the little like it's the little tube thing that's the medical waste seal.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's not just throwing needles.
No, although by the time we were done, there's like his bathroom's covered in blood, and there's just medical waste everywhere.
Oh, God.
And we were just laughing at like, this is such a bad, nasty
Somebody
scene
walks
here.
in just, huh?
Everything about this just looks like the wrong thing. And then he bought me breakfast to make up for it. So
you did wind up going to the omelet place?
Oh, hell yeah.
And how was it?
Oh, fucking, it's so good.
Great.
God damn,
worth the blood.
Love that omelet place.
Don Taylor there.
Don Taylor was repping large.
Was he ever not there?
And so I had been talking to someone about Thai horse fighting and how Don Taylor had introduced me to the concept of Thai horse fighting by showing me a picture of himself in a Thai magazine or a Thai newspaper. He's like, I was over there on business. Here, look at me in this magazine, in this newspaper.
Business.
And then also above, no, it's him and like two other people standing there. It's clearly some sort of proper.
There's blood everywhere and all these dirty needles.
But he's like, yeah, check this out. Here's an article above it about Thai horse fighting. It's pictured these two horses fucking going at it. So I go to the place, and I was telling the story. This was years ago that I saw this stuff. And I was so blown away. I went to the restaurant and went into the men's room, and he had all of that shit framed on the wall in there. So I was totally able to like confirm, yes, this is where Thai horse fighting, my exposure to Thai horse fighting started right here. Thank you, Don Taylor.
You're welcome.
That guy's a baller. Still just walking around his restaurant. Keeping the law.
Old people theme.
Still high. God. Still exactly what you want. Right. He has not changed anything about the way he
barking in
does.
the background due to thunder.
His stable.
So we'll
Omelet
get to this
Express
in just a minute.
Railroad Square, Santa Rosa. I cannot recommend it enough. The number one. Really
All right, let's
and then
do
I
Crumbling
wheeled
Woods.
from there over to my dad's house and
Woods.
checked out a bunch of baby raccoons. My stepmom is working for a wildlife rescue place, and so they have like 4, I think 90-week-old baby raccoons.
I want some adult
Let's
raccoons.
go off
Just-
to,
I got a
Crumbly
storm
Woods.
drain in front of my house with like at least 40 in there.
I want
Yeah.
babies.
But in any event,
probably
let's
some
go
babies
off to
somewhere,
Crumbly
probably.
Woods.
But these are orphaned, so they have to be like hand-fed.
Are they going to be released back into the
You're
wild?
just going to go dump them in my storm drain, aren't you?
But in any event, let's get
Asshole.
Yep, that's the plan. No, they'll be at their house for maybe a few more weeks, and then they will go back to the wildlife rescue where they will be allowed to wild up more. Basically, it's like they're trying to limit human interaction, even at my dad's. They're trying to limit human interaction there, and then they'll
Train them how to tip over a trash can.
They'll do that even
without
further,
too much noise.
and then I guess they have like there are these huge tracts of property both in like Sonoma and like Mendocino County where people who own these pieces of property say yes, you can go and release animals onto my property. So that's where they will go eventually.
That's just
baby raccoons.
Are they nursing rats back while they're at it too? Just like how many different suburban annoyances can they possibly?
But they're not in the
nurture
suburbs.
back down. Not yet. They'll find their way there
to get that bus ticket.
Well, then that's why you got to fight them.
Yeah.
If you want to be in the suburbs, guess what? You got to fight raccoons.
That's why you buy the mole bombs and just start throwing them in your storm drain.
Those big raccoons are gnarly.
They are. Yeah.
But in any event, let's go off
Stand
to
on top of the other one.
Wearing a trench coat.
Yeah.
Trying to get into an R-rated movie.
Yeah. Coming up my door saying, "Hey, you want to donate? We gotta
buy some Girl Scout cookies." You are not Girl Scouts.
You're not.
You are 2 raccoons.
Give me the money!
Wearing a harpo.
Jeez, he's figured it
out. So
The thing
yeah,
is
so
that
all that stuff
people
happened
actually
on Saturday, and it was.
that people actually seem to like this. You know, I'm getting even.
Downloadables on Xbox Live Arcade, we've got Nights into Dreams and Sonic Adventure 2.
Here, hang on a sec.
But, and there's
Jeff, stop farting. Jeff, stop farting into the microphone. You're going to talk into that microphone.
Jeff, it's got
again
Christmas
when you're done.
nights.
Okay, he's done.
to, like, one of them.
Oh, he's farting. That's a loose fart.
That's my Christmas night's loose fart.
Those are $10 a pop. Or more like $10 a plop.
Oh man, you guys
turn this podcast off.
You guys are dicks.
Nights into Dreams and Sonic Adventure 2 also available on PlayStation.
Hey, well, Sonic
this
Adventure
week.
2 is junk. I liked Nights at the time. I don't know how it holds up.
It's
Probably.
terrible.
It's not
Nights
good.
is terrible. It was always terrible.
But it's worse now.
Oh my god.
It's way worse now.
I found my analog controller for the Saturn recently, and it brought back this rush of just seething, just like, the fuck is wrong with you people? Fucking Nights is the worst. It's so fucking dumb. Oh my god!
And
just make up a new word.
And
it's
badum.
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 Oh, it's the fucking.
It's bad and
bad
it's
and
dumb.
dumb.
It's
It's
dumb.
dumb. It's
When do I usually broadcast?
That's where Badum Tish comes
one.
from.
Really unleashed to fury.
Really in debt.
Nights. Well, you want to hone the what it's like to review games for the Saturn.
Usually broadcast on weekdays anyway when I have work the next day.
One razor point to shove into your own eyeball.
Like Nights was definitely
Really,
like
really
one of those
in debt.
moments where it was just like people
Usually
going,
broadcast.
"Oh, it's just so fun! You just don't
one.
understand the intricacies and the amazing fucking like you fucking hippie assholes. You just sound like dirtbags. Fuck Nights. It's terrible."
What about Burning Rangers?
Burning Rangers is all right. It's not the greatest game in the world, but you know, it's like whatever. It's better than fucking Nights, that's for sure.
And on the PlayStation,
I did a loop-de-loop, man. Isn't that awesome? I got an A. Fuck off.
PlayStation Network for Vita, we've got new Little King's Story, which was a pretty cool Wii game. Now,
You never played that?
WiiWare game. Right?
No, Wii.
No, it was a Wii game.
It was a proper Wii disc-based game.
All right.
I think you're thinking of that Square
Yes,
downloadable.
I am thinking of that.
Mm-hmm.
Is it
King
not
for-
that?
King
It's
for a
not
day?
that.
Okay.
Little King Story was a really long strategy game that people
right.
said good things about.
We did a quick look of it, just the first hour or so, but it seemed like it had some interesting depth to it. People are very fond of that first game.
People who have played it.
This is a, I believe, remake of that. So if you didn't play Little King Story before, new Little King Story.
I think it's different.
Oh, whatever.
I will try that out, probably. I own a Vita.
It's a good story.
Not as good as this one.
And those are the new releases for this week. Gentlemen, let's take it home with some emails.
Our emails.
Bombcast@johnbomb.com is the email address.
Resident emails.
For all your Knights-related questions.
It's so dumb. I don't
First
care
email comes
how
in.
sharp you make the textures.
Well, they did more than that,
Sean
right?
from New Jersey. Hey, Bombers. I recently brought this question up to the guys at work and was hit with a resounding no.
Oh god, that defies logic.
I would like to know if any of you would marry a robot. They would look entirely human and be able to simulate all emotions. He actually wrote stimulate all emotions, but I'm going to assume he meant simulate. Take it as you will. You would just have to get past the fact that they are a machine. I personally would. I think it would be badass. Thoughts?
If it was truly a robot, you wouldn't need to marry it. It could be your side piece.
It's not the question. It's not asking if you would fuck a robot on the side. You wants to know if you would marry. If you
I think you know my answer to that question.
If you had relations with a human-like android, would it be cheating?
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
if it was real enough.
You know which Star Trek I liked was the one where you met Data's mother, and she didn't know she was an android, but she was actually an android.
Yeah.
That was a cool episode.
It's touching.
Yeah.
That sounds really sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the real one died.
Yeah.
And he transferred her memories and built it. Yeah. She was programmed to age and terminate after a long, healthy lifespan.
But so there's that. Then they announced a Yoshi's Island 3DS.
Yep.
Which is that a separate game? Is that
separate from
what do you mean?
Separate from The Legend of Zelda? Yes.
No, separate from Yoshi's Island. Is this a new game in the?
It is.
Is this basically Yoshi's Island 2?
No, it'd be 3. There was a DS game,
Right.
So that's the crucial part about this announcement is who's making it, because Yoshi's Island DS was not a good game.
So guys, I want to break this down for you.
Okay.
Let's talk.
Okay.
Let's get real.
Okay.
Let's
I've been waiting for this.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, if you just stretch out a little
Straight
bit.
talk only in this room.
man.
Turn the
Vinny
chair
just-
backwards.
I
Chair's
watched
turned around. My hat's on
Nightmare on
the
Elm
way.
Street 3 this weekend. So.
Yoshi's Island sucks. It always sucks.
Yes.
All right. Yeah,
Yes.
turn the chair back
It's
around.
go look at that game now.
I thought we were going to talk about Zelda, like, a game that matters.
Go look at that game